All right, so you may go ahead.
All right, I just assume that everyone can hear me on Zoom. If not, feel free to comment that. Oh, get the. That's what's up. Okay, wow. Well, I'm gonna stay seated with you. Can you hear me on Zoom? If not, feel free to comment. You
We're learning our new system.
Oh, that was hilarious. Okay, I call this meeting to order as, well, oh, sorry. I call this meeting to order at 1:06 p.m. Secretary Reed, can you call the roll?
Nathan Scott.
Here.
Ariana Reed.
Here.
Jashira Bolden.
Here.
Connor Peters.
Here.
Sean Peters.
Here.
Connor Music.
Here.
Luke Armstrong.
Here.
Wow.
Eli Trimmer.
Here.
Maria Mills.
Here.
Nick Schultz.
Here.
Jet Trimmer.
Here. Did that go through?
I heard you. I don't know about that.
Taylor
Here.
Seth Nidell. Charles Anderson.
Here.
Clark Thomas. Brett Shanks.
Here.
Jonathan Dishman.
Here.
Kate Cortez. And Mickey Pulliam.
Here.
All right, we do have quorum. So we'll move on to the adoption of the minutes. Without objection, those get adopted. And then we'll have the adoption of the agenda. Without objection, it gets adopted. And then we'll have committee reports, Eli Trimmer, capital projects.
Hello. Sorry. So I don't have too much today. I've been talking with Sally Gibson still. We're trying to get in contact with people in West Campus just to see how possible some of these projects are before we can do anything. We just have to see the, we're capable of doing and what we could actually get done this semester and things like that. Otherwise, in terms of the big one right now, the Baker Fitness Center, we almost there. Emily Ludwig gave me a update on where we are at in the process right now. Basically, according to her, so far we are on track to kind of get everything done. There's just a few more meetings that need to happen with upper level administration, just because we're dealing with a lot of capital to go ahead and get these things going on. So we can't just like out of nowhere just write a check. But basically, we're just gotta make sure people in the administration like Daryl on board with the project and everything like that. And once that's all done, then we're good to go. But so I, still very optimistic about the project. It looks like everything is coming together swimmingly. And yeah, I just don't have a definite time when all of these things will be coming in, onto campus, but I know I am very hopeful about the project. Moving on, Mike Ritter kind of talked about some Blum capital improvement projects that Nathan and I are gonna be looking at to see what we can do as SGA to kind of help in Blum and work on some different areas around there. But yeah, that's a new project as of like yesterday, so I will have more on those probably next week. Otherwise, that is that's the main stuff I have today.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Senator Trimmer?
Yes, I was just wondering what times we're supposed to be meeting for capital projects.
Who asked?
Senator Pulliam.
Hello, Senator Pulliam. We don't have a set time every week based off of everyone's schedules, because I know that 11 o'clock wasn't super great for you. So we're still trying to work out a time. I'm probably just going to end up doing a doodle poll, because I think at this point that's going to be the quickest and easiest way, because I'm tired of trying to connect everyone's dots here. So I'm just gonna send out a doodle poll, and whichever one we have most open for everyone is the one we'll be going. Otherwise, it's almost been me contacting everyone specifically and talking with them rather than as a group.
Okay. Thank you. Are there any other questions for Senator Sherman?
I don't have a question for Eli, but I just wanted to say that I was here. I didn't hear my name called, so I didn't know. I think my internet cut out, but Trevor Mole is here.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, we'll move on to ADA committee. Nikki Pulliam.
I have literally nothing to report. Please join my committee because I really need people. Again, I am the entire committee right now. So please join my committee.
I'll join your committee.
Thank you. We will set up a time to do committee stuff.
Nice.
Okay, thank you. Are there any questions for Senator Pulliam? All right, we'll go on to Brett Shanks, Public Safety Committee.
So last week, we kind of just went over two things, first aid kits and AEDs. Because don't really see a lot around on campus. So this week I'm gonna try and find some time to either do a walk around on campus, see if I can find any, or see if I can get a list of them and the locations of them on campus, and if there's an adequate amount of them for use. And that's probably about it.
Are there any questions for Senator Shanks?
Okay, so I was actually working on this previously during the Evan Banks Austin, so it's been a while. So I have a list of all the AEDs on campus and how old they are and where exactly they are. And I will say most of them are in sports areas. It's definitely lacking. So we should definitely be working on this. So yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. I guess let's see you as soon as we can.
Awesome.
Any other questions or comments? All right, we'll move on to Hannah Berry, Student Governor.
Hello, everyone. My report is a little bit brief today. We had our board meeting yesterday at 1:30 in Blum. If you were able to watch it over Zoom, that's great. Things that happened: we finalized an agreement with the city of St. Joseph to build a fire station on the backside of our campus. We got approved we approved the vice president of enrollment management contract. And so she is great. I've talked a little bit about her in previous meetings. Her name is Dr. Mace, and she is going to be really open to working with students and student government to find different ideas or ways that we can bring more students to Missouri Western. So that's really great. I look forward for you guys all to meet her because she's really kind and she's got the right kind of energy. Aside from that, in my report, I talked about SGA supporting Griffin Media this semester and our changes in our FOC policies. And then a little bit about Griff's Baked Gratitude as well. I see Connor's in the room there. On Wednesday this week, we delivered baked goods and a painting to the nursing department faculty. Thank you and shout out to Brett Shanks for being the only student to fill out my survey whenever I asked people to fill out my survey. So if you have anybody you want to recognize on campus, please fill out the Google form. I can send it again if you would like me to. But I think it means a lot more to the faculty when it's not just coming from somebody who I'm randomly picking, when it's coming from a student who has something to say about what those people have been doing this semester. That's so great. So please fill it out. We have great people all over campus. And then other than that, I have one more thing to bring up. I had a student and a parent actually bring up to me that the issue, I guess, that the library's hours are really weird this semester. And there's no Saturday hours. Last weekend, I went to go study on Saturday and I drove all the way to school and I was like, oh, it's closed. And so I know especially this student was in the nursing department, and so they do a lot of like study groups and things, and they would like to utilize that space. I don't know who is in charge of that or who we would need to talk to, but students are wanting more open access to the library. So that's something we can start to think about if we're interested. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any questions for Dr. Perry? All right, I did want to say, I don't know who specifically, it works out the hours and stuff with the library, but that is definitely something that we could look into. And the form, it would probably be best to resend the form, in case it got washed out with other emails or whatever, so that more people can, start to fill out that form.
I'll totally send it again.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We'll move on to Sean Peters, Director of Finance.
I'm currently working on still implementing those equity changes, and that is all I have to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Peters? All right, we'll move on to Connor Peters, Director of Public Relations and Marketing.
Hey guys, so as you know, on Halloween is going to be a watch party at Spratt Stadium, and so this week I worked with Justin McMillan from the CSI on creating and improving a graphic, and so that has been finished, and we are now promoting that event. So I asked everyone to tell your friends about this watch party, invite them to come because it's going to be, a very fun event, and we've taken COVID into account and we're making it safe. And so it's a very rare opportunity to have an event like this and have lots of fun while still being safe. So definitely worth it to come. I am finishing up a proposal for a new fall giveaway to boost interaction on our social media. And so that will be finished here in the next 4 days or so. I'm also designing new SGA pens so we can order more of those. Looking around, like 500 of them, but again, that'll be reviewed and approved as well. I'm also nearly finished with designing some reusable marketing materials. The majority of it is finished. In fact, the last part that still needs to be finished is a promotional phrase that we're putting on one of the banners. And so that's nearly complete, and those hopefully will be ordered in the next week or so. As Student Governor Barry mentioned, we did Respect Gratitude this week, and so I went with her and we went to the nursing department, delivered the goods, and got some marketing photos that was posted on our social media platforms yesterday. And the final thing I have to report is that my Public Relations and Marketing Committee meets on Mondays at 3:20 p.m. So if you're interested, let me know and we'll get you in the meeting. So that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Peters?
I have a question. I saw the flyer that was shared on, I think I saw it on Facebook, and I shared it. Everybody go share it. But my question is, for the football event, Connor, do you know how and when tickets are being sold? I think it just said information is like coming.
So it's free admission, so there's no tickets involved. I believe it's on the graphic towards the there's a bunch of text, but if I can move that to the top. But there is free admission, so you don't need to worry about purchasing or acquiring any sort of tickets.
Okay, I just didn't know. I thought that maybe I was reading something else. I thought there was a limit for how many people were being admitted, but maybe I'm totally making this up.
Yeah, there will be a limit, although, what is it,
Sure, so for the watch party, there's a limit of 1,800 people. I wonder, Hannah, if what you're thinking about is the actual football games that are coming up. There are specific ticketing and spacing requirements for those that are gonna be different than the watch party.
Okay, yeah. I think I am making them the same thing in my head, and they're two different things. Thank you for the clarification.
Are there any other questions at this time? Okay, we'll move on to Luke Armstrong, Director of Grid Skate.
Hey everyone. So this week I finally got to deliver the school supplies to the schools and they were all super thankful so thank you to everyone who was a part of that. I've also talked with Dr. Piowski about for the watch party we're gonna do food supply like a canned food drive. So as you're coming in, we'll have a booth to have some canned food. So look out for that at the watch party. And I think that's really all I have to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Armstrong? Okay, we'll move on to Connor Music, Assistant Director of External Relations.
I have nothing to report this week.
Okay, thank you. And we'll move on to Deshara Bolden, Director of Student Involvement.
Hi, everybody. So I finally got the legwork, the background work of the President and Vice President Leadership Summit done. So I am currently in the progress of getting rooms. So that's all I have to do.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Director Bolden? All right, we'll move on to my report. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. I did go back through the open discussion from last meeting. I will be sending out legislation, like how-to guide, and other materials from Senate retreat that you may not have gotten a chance to look at, just so everyone can be on the same page as that. And then I will share a template of how to write a legislation. And again, if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to me or Secretary Reed. We would love to help you. I know there were some other topics on open discussion that we can talk about again today in open discussion, like the group chat and things like that. But yes, I have been picking through everything that was brought up, and that's basically what I've been doing. Are there any questions? Okay, so we'll move on to the president's report.
Hello, everyone. It's been a fairly good week, a little bit rainy week, but it's been good. We've got a lot of stuff done in SGA this week. We're working on a lot of stuff, a lot of kind of background work. Nothing really that exciting to report. We did a lot of communication with the administration to make sure that we could move forward with a few issues of holding events and things. There's some complications that we wanted to work out, and I think that we've come to an effective resolution on some things, and we are working diligently to make sure that we can get work done. I had a meeting with Vice President of Finance Administration, Darryl Morrison, this Tuesday, where we're going to discuss issues that, getting him kind of updated with SGA's work and our finances and discussing that more in detail. So I will be working over this weekend to prepare for that. I'll be compiling a large report to give to him. And that's kind of my main focus right now. We're working on FOC Phase 2 revisions. We're working on a lot of different stuff coming down the pipeline. But I don't have a ton to report this week, but I just want to thank our team for being awesome and working very hard. So thank you to all of the e-board for all the work you've been putting in. We've gotten back into the office. We're working in the office fairly regularly now instead of remote work as it was previously. And I think that's been very productive, and I'm excited to see where we go. So that's all I got to report.
Thank you. Are there any questions for President Scott? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to new business, Senate Bill Fiscal Year 21-18 and NWSG Senate Bill to approve. Let's see. to approve, to recognize the MWSU Smash Club as a recognized student organization, whereas the MWSU Smash Club currently has the required members to become a recognized student organization, and whereas their purpose is to foster awareness of the history and art of Smash while encouraging young people to learn to play the game, and whereas the organization meets all the requirements to become a recognized student organization, therefore, we, the Student Government Association of Missouri Western State University, hereby enact to approve the MWSU Smash Club as a recognized student organization. Therefore, let it be finally enacted that a copy of this bill be sent to Nathan Scott, SGA President, and Hannah Piaski, Dean of Students, for signature. Sponsorship speech by Director Rosen.
Hi, everybody. The MWSU Smash Club has met all the requirements to become a registered student organization.
Thank you. Are there any speeches of affirmation? And are there any speeches of negation? Okay.
I motion to unanimous consent this, considering it's an RSO.
I'm guessing you mean Smash Bros, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to make sure.
And is there a point of clarification, is there a reason why this is not being made in consideration with other gaming organizations that are?
Why aren't we doing this like 6 or 7 at a time?
Yeah.
I can talk that a little bit.
Thank you.
So the way that the esports director, which is this is another one of those organizations under the club system of the esports program. He's the advisor for all of these. These clubs, they're wanting to try it out with 2 at first, and then they're going to be rolling out more as time goes along, but they want to see how it works. And these 2 were the most prevalent from the esports program and the esports community, through the Discord and stuff. So they're trying it out with these, and then eventually we will see more clubs come out the pipeline.
I guess my question is about organization. Why isn't it just one club that then has multiple teams within it?
Yeah. I can. So I'm actually trying to start my own one. So I actually talked to the director of esports, and the way that he wants to set up stuff is he wants us to start I'm trying to do Call of Duty. He wants us to start I would have to do Call of Duty club. He wants you to start it as a club and then run it from there, and then that can give him information. And he wants to get information from your club and see how much interest you get. And then from there, he wants to be able to take that information to the board and see if it can actually become a competitive varsity or because that's how he wants us to make varsity teams, is by making them clubs first and seeing how much interest they get and how good they do, and if they can bring in money, if they bring in attention and all of that stuff. And I think that's why they're starting as a club first, because that's what I was told to do.
I think the question of organization still stands, though. Why is it individual clubs that would get individual funding would get that kind of stuff instead of one organization that then has multiple teams for data analysis underneath?
Increased funding.
What?
Increased funding if you spread it over multiple.
Yeah, you get more funding this way, and I'm wondering if that's appropriate.
So I'll chime in here again. I have talked with him many times about the esports director about this many times. I don't think there's necessarily an interest in using this for funding. I think that this is more of a on their end a structural thing where they want to have it separated out. And beyond that, it is kind of a matter of these are completely different things with different members, different structures, different everything. And so they want to have it separated out.
Separated by game.
Separated out by game being a club.
What's our timeline on voting on this? Because I would like to propose that more time is given so that student affairs and CSI can actually engage in the conversation with the esports director.
So CSI and student affairs haven't engaged in this previously.
I have not.
All right, but it's next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
We vote on it next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting that, so we already have the Laurent Club on that,
Yeah.
so we just want to.
I saw that. I've
Yeah.
seen others come through. So now that there's more coming through, that's kind of increasing the question.
I think that's a valid point. So just to be clear, Valorant Club was the first one that we approved, last meeting, and this is the second one. So, I think might be beneficial to, take this under consideration and maybe reach out to the advisor, just to have a bit more concise clarification on some things, or probably propose a new way of doing things. I think there's no harm in that. So yes, I will assume that this will just continue to be first reading, and then we'll vote on that next week. That's good.
Technically, there's a motion. I object to the,
So there are motions against
mine.
Great, you what?
I object to my own motion.
Sorry, Tate.
Okay, all right, well, now we'll move on to open discussion. So is there anything that you would like to bring up for open discussion? Yes, Senator Pulliam.
What all are we allowed to do as committees? Are we just like there to fund projects, or can we put on like events? Like small events, I'm talking like maybe a table to talk about specific like, because I feel like every month there's like a certain like disability that you could be raising money for or awareness for that we're not utilizing. Like October is Down Syndrome Awareness Month, and there's so much stuff we could have done with this that we didn't do. And it'd be good for my committee to work on that, because we are the accessibility committee. So, and that's part of the accessibility is raising money for certain projects.
So on that topic, so when it comes to committees, there's different types of committees. So there's committees with the power to act, which are designated by the Senate. For instance, FOC has the power to approve for financing events and supplies and stuff like that. Then there are advisory committees, which are there specifically to investigate an issue and then speak about that to the Senate. And then there's other committees that kind of blend into both of those categories. Committees like, for instance, the ADA committee is a university committee, one thing, but would have the ability to do like tabling and stuff like that, as long as it's approved through the processes that go with holding events through student affairs and other things.
We are an SGA committee too. We approved it 2 years ago. So,
but beyond that, it would be, you can, with your committee, I believe, you would have the ability to hold events and stuff like that, and then propose to the Senate for funding a project or something like that. So
I'm not necessarily asking for funding, because like there's so many things you can do without asking for money. I just want to do something more with this committee than we have been doing, because I don't have any people, except apparently now I have Eli as of today. So thank you, Eli. But I just feel like that, and we could be doing more as a university to help the community, because from what I see, we have high rates of disability in this community, and so we could be helping the community one step at a time. And I think that's, sorry, that's something that came to mind during the SGA meeting. Sorry.
Good, that's a good point.
I need help though. I can't do this by myself. I'm currently in a practicum. I have very little time, and I can't do this by myself. So if you guys would please get involved, because I know there's many senators that do not have a committee. So hear me out and hear what I have to say, and please join my committee. That is my last plea that I'm going to make for that.
Yes, and I did bring this up last week, I believe as well, that there does need to be more accountability as far as senators holding a position in a committee. You can be in more than one. I would ask that you let me know what committee you are a part of, because some may just be the fact that we don't know who are coming to these meetings, or, you know, participating in different committees, because there are a few that you could participate in. So I would ask that you just let me know what committees you're a part of. That could be send me an email, drop out of office, say something, just something of that sort, because I feel like we can all do our active parts to help committees that aren't as established yet or that would like to venture out and do more things than they previously have. But, yes, are there any other questions or topics to bring up or?
Do you think it would be possible by the end of October to do something for Down Syndrome Awareness Month, or do you think it's too late in the month?
Today is the, what, the 23rd? We have about 7, 8 days.
So the only thing that you would need to make sure that gets done to do an event is you would have to go through the event proposal stuff that's through student affairs and the university administration. Once you do that, you will be able to do something like that.
It depends on the scope of your program. If you're doing something that has food, I can guarantee it won't get approved today because Doug is out today. If you're doing something that has a low number of people and low COVID policy risk, that will probably get approved today.
Okay.
If you submit it today.
I will talk to you about it after the meeting.
Justin McMillan in CSI is also perfect to talk to because he oversees that process.
Okay.
So I'm confident that you should, or we should be able to get something done by the end of this month.
Okay.
Yeah, are there any other things, President Scott?
So I have another topic. I didn't mention it in my report, but I got a text message that I should talk about it and correct. Our new setup in the room here, how does it sound for our members joining through Zoom? Is it better?
Way better.
It's way better. It's way better. Agreed. When everybody talks at once, though, it sounds like when you guys were laughing before the meeting, I had to mute it because it was so loud.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I think adjustments can be made over time to make sure that we can get this, so this is the first day using it, so of course we're going to need to fine tune some things, get the volume working a little bit better. But I think that this looks great. For the members that are on Zoom, you don't see, but we also have a new TV. It's much clearer, larger, and just looks better. It helps us, see this a lot more. Also, we have a new camera. The camera angle, I think, is a little bit better than the one before. It also has some special features. You can zoom in and
it's zoomed in a little too
Yeah.
far.
Well, we can actually see you guys now, which is good.
Yeah.
Or I couldn't
We
make
can
out faces.
We can see you, but it is zoomed in quite a bit.
Yeah. So so that's going on, and we'll have eventually they're going to get sound panels that will go along these walls that will help with the acoustics a little bit more. It's supposed to make it a little bit clearer, so that should also be good coming in soon. But we're excited to finally have this, and we can start really making sure that we have a quality stream and quality meetings for all of you joining through Zoom. And so we're super excited to see this happening. So yeah, I just wanted to, and I want to say thank you to the Instructional Media Center and all the staff, Jake Noyd, Kevin McQuarter, Corey Krager, for all their work on this. They've been working really hard. They had a large, to-do list from other stuff, and then we added on to it, but they're super kind and able to help us with all that. So I just want to say thank you to all of them. Maybe we can get a round of applause for all of them. So we're excited to see this, and I'm very happy for that. So, yeah. Cool. That's all I got.
Okay. I did want to bring up one thing. I know group chats were brought up last time. It's a great idea. I just wanted feedback on what platform you would want that in. I was thinking maybe like a Google Hangouts. I know Senator Pulliam mentioned concerns with GroupMe and like that app that wasn't quite working for you. So, I don't know, I guess some feedback on that, or what do you think would be the most efficient way to keep in touch?
There's also Band, which I don't know how you guys feel about Band or have used it, but it's a lot like GroupMe, except there's also like boards where you can make like posts. So it's not just like a huge chat. So you can put like, because GroupMe is just a chat room essentially. You have the chat room, but also you have like a board where you can make posts like, hey, this is like a thing going on right now. Don't forget about it, like kind of thing. My suggestion is Band. That's
okay.
Do we have a Google Hangout?
No,
So-
not currently, do we?
Well, I mean, so everyone has accounts.
Everyone has a-
Yeah, or just by virtue of having a Google account, you have a Google Hangout account.
Yeah,
It would just be a
Or the
matter
ability
of
to.
collaborating those
yeah.
together.
We would just make a group chat. It should be pretty simple to do that. But yeah.
Are there any other feedbacks on whether you would prefer a band or Google Hangouts?
And I think I always forget the Griffin,
Discord?
no, it's, gosh, I'm bad at, it's Bailey's in it, it's for the Griffin Edge, I have used the band one.
Oh.
And I think I think they like it. So they do have a group chat and then, yeah, you said, all the important things that don't get clogged up and everything, and you can see everything kind of for the posts. So I think I saw it on her phone, but I'm not too sure. Because I think they switched them over to something else. I'm
And
not
I
sure.
have the app because we use it for my church group, so I can show you exactly like what I'm talking about too, if that helps.
Yeah, I have the app, we were gonna use it for dance, but then we ended up just using GroupMe anyway, so I'm really not familiar with the app, but yeah, maybe we could just get more familiar with it, and if there aren't any other suggestions, we can send out a poll if you would like on which platform you prefer, or we can just decide to download the app and get a group started, or whatever is best.
So to add to that kind of, this is your chance to say what platform you prefer, or forever hold your peace when we pick one that you don't like. So if you have a preference, say it now, and then we can put that into consideration.
I think Google Hangout is really nice because then it pops up on your student email every time you see it.
Everyone already has it, you don't have to download anything.
Some university sponsored.
Yeah, university sponsored. Let's just go.
Gives us some protection.
And I can create it and make sure everyone's in it.
There no more comments on that one?
Awesome, Google Hangouts it is.
We'll consider. We'll consider.
Okay, are there any other topics for open discussion? No? All right, are there any announcements? Yes.
Tonight at 7 p.m. in Spratt 101, the Catholic Newman Center has a Hussey Brothers concert. I recommend you go to that.
Okay, everyone heard that?
Yes. There are also several other events coming up. I'm super glad that the concert is happening tonight. We thank you to the Catholic Newman Society, by the way, for their patience this week.
Well, thank you guys.
No problem. Tri Sigma has a movie night, a philanthropy movie night tomorrow night in the stadium. This week we closed out Fright Week from WAC. I don't believe they have any other events tonight, but then next week, yes, watch party. There will be therapy dogs, there will be pumpkin carving, there will be free apple cider, free hot dogs, free caramel apples, costume contest with WAC, performances by the Drumline, Missouri Western Dance Company, Elite Cheer, and others. So it'll be fun. We have not had fun in a while, so let's have fun.
Can I request,
If there's therapy dogs, does that mean Barley is gonna be?
Yes, Marley will be there.
I made a special request.
Only for me.
Can I request some better carving tools for pumpkins?
Oh my God. Yes, we'll direct that to the Director of Student Involvement.
Also the director of pumpkin carving.
I would like to make.
Maybe bring our own tools.
No, take
No. So you see those like pumpkins where it's like an entire face out of a pumpkin?
Yes,
I can make a very bad version of that.
Excellent.
gotcha.
I do have a quick question before you guys were done. So SGA used to do community service as an entire team every academic year. Are you guys going to look at doing anything with that? I just didn't want it to fall off your radar, but you might want to. get everybody together and think about what you want to do for that as well.
So SGA is already engaged in several philanthropic activities. Over our retreats, we have done some philanthropic activities as a team. But beyond that, we might be looking at more projects. I would direct those concerns to our risk impact director that may be able to work on that further.
Yes. Pleasure. It'd be a good idea.
We just did.
I mean, if that's something you guys want to do, I can definitely look into some things. That would be totally up. Yeah.
Luke, I want to join your committee.
Great.
We could come up with something.
Okay, I'll shoot you an email.
Great.
Shouldn't have a lovely. Yes, one last thing, as a reminder, the election is coming up. It is November 3rd. If you have not registered to vote already, you are out of luck for this election. If you are concerned about getting coronavirus and not being able to vote in person, you should have already requested your mail-in or absentee ballot. The last day to request those was Wednesday. So at this point, if you have not requested those, you have to vote in person. If you did request those, they have to be notarized unless you meet like 2 specifications, but those are minimal. We have notaries on campus. Jean Foster in career development is a notary. Dana in financial planning is a notary. Derek Evans in academic advising is a notary. And Jordan Miller, our SEEK fellow this year, is a notary. Your ballots must be notarized in order to be counted. The other thing with this is get them in the mail as soon as possible. There's a great deal of concern about if they will get there. If you can drop them off in person, do it. If you cannot, get it notarized and in the mail as soon as possible. Last thing I want to say is we are planning not an event for election night. I think that'll be a little too emotional for everybody, but there will be an election post-mortem, so a review and analysis the next day. It'll be at 4 p.m. on November 4th. Ed Taylor, Poli Sci, all those folks are going to kind of lead a discussion of what's going to be happening. So we will also have counselors available, and we will have love available, for whatever. Yes, perfect. So vote, okay? Get that right that you guys have, that we have. Go for it.
And final announcement. I don't know if she's still watching, but I got a text message from Shanna Meyer that said she's watching and said hi. So I just want to say hi, Shanna.
Hi, Shanna.
Hi. Hopefully she's still watching.
We did that.
Oh man. Okay, so are there any other announcements? I'm excited for the end of this October. I will say that because it's like it's going to be a lot of terrifying. All right. So if there are no more announcements, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Have a good weekend.